Hi everyone, Binny here with Beauty by Binny. Today I'm going to show you how to create this bold glittery green eye makeup look. I will be showing you how to change out the makeup using two different bright lip colors and blushes. This look is perfect for Indian or Pakistani bridal makeup and can also be worn on a night out, minus all the jewelry and veil of course. So let's go ahead and get started. Start out by prepping your skin with moisturizer, primer, and under eye cream and let them soak into your skin for 5 minutes. Then I'm moving on to the eyes and I'm applying a white eye pencil right under the brows. Next I'm using a tiny bit of Makeup Forever's full coverage concealer and an e.l.f. synthetic shadow brush. I'm applying the concealer as a primer all over the lids all the way up to the white eye pencil. After that, I'm moving on to my foundation, contouring, and highlighting. I've already done a detailed tutorial on this, so please check it out on my channel. Basically, it starts out as something like this, and once I'm done blending it all in, the skin is left with a really nice glow. The cheekbones will look higher, while the nose and the jawline will look slimmer and more defined. Also, if you want to know how I did my eyebrows, please check out my brow tutorial. The links to my contour and highlight video and my brow video will both be in the info box below or on my channel page. So here you guys can already see how different the results are using this technique versus the standard one color foundation application. Alright guys, so next I'm taking a small piece of tape and I'm applying this from the outer corner of my lower waterline going towards the upper part of my ears. And now I'm going to be using this gorgeous eyeshadow from Glamour Doll Eyes called Dollhouse, and we'll be applying this right under my brows as the highlight color. And just look at how pretty this pigment looks as it catches some light. Next I'm using this soft brown eyeshadow. Apply this color into the crease using a MAC 224 brush. This will act as your transition color. Then to deepen the crease, I'm applying Brown Script Shadow by MAC into the crease using a MAC 217 brush. After that, I blended out the shadows using the same MAC 224 brush that I used earlier. I'm going to use this vanilla colored shadow from my Pop Smoky Eye palette to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. The brush I'm using is a MAC 219 pencil brush. Then I used a black gel eyeliner by L'Oreal and the brush that it came with to draw a thick line starting from the center of my lid and then moving it upward to an extended wing. Don't worry if this comes out uneven because we will go over it with eyeshadow, and also don't be afraid to go over the tape. Next I used this green eye pencil by Tarte and applied it to the rest of the lid. Make sure you keep both the black and the green liners under the crease. These liners will act as the base for our eyeshadows to stick to. This beautiful green shadow is Humid by MAC, and I've sprayed some Fix Plus on my brush and I'm applying the shadow over the green base. Using the Fix Plus or water on your brush will make the shadow color more opaque and will prevent fallout. Next, wet a different brush with MAC's Fix Plus or water and use a matte black eyeshadow to go over the black gel liner base. Then using a MAC angled liner brush, I'm applying the same black shadow right into the crease to make it look deeper, and after that I blended it out using a MAC 219 pencil brush. So now I'm using Smog from Urban Decay. This shadow is also in the original Naked palette. I'm applying this into my crease using a MAC 217 brush, and then I went back and added some more of the Brown Script eyeshadow into the crease with the same brush. I'm using the same L'Oreal gel liner to line above my lid and then extended it out into the wing. You can also use a liquid liner instead if you prefer. I also extended the liner on the inner corners of the eyes into a point, and then I went over the gel liner with a black liquid liner by Milani Cosmetics. This will make the black liner stand out even more against the green. And now it's time to remove the tape. I know I use this method a lot for my tutorials, but I can't help it. You just can't get a neater wing than this. So at this point, you can go ahead and touch up your under eye concealer. Now I'm using the same liquid liner to trace a thin line under my lashes. I'm only bringing the line in halfway. And next I wet a liner brush with some Fix Plus and applied the same green shadow to the rest of the lower lash line. Then I added some more liquid liner, taking it a little further inwards this time. This is the gorgeous glitter that I'm going to be using, along with Bare Minerals ID Weather Everything as the base. I just added a few drops into the lid and mixed it into a paste. This base works amazingly to keep the glitter on your lids and not on the rest of your face. It literally seals in any eyeshadow, glitter, or pigment and turns it into a liquid liner consistency. I'm using a synthetic lip brush to do the application and also applied the glitter over the green shadow on the lower lids. Next I'm using MAC's Feline Eye Pencil to line my lower waterline. Then I use my liquid eyeliner to go over the crease and make it more prominent. So at this point, unfortunately, my eyes started turning a little red. This happens every time I use glitter near my eyes, and I think I might be allergic to the mica and glitter. But anyway, then I went over the liquid liner one more time in case I got any glitter over it, and I made sure to bring it out into a point on the inner corners. I applied Red Cherry Lashes number 80, and once the lashes are on, make sure to go over any visible glue with the black liner. After that, apply mascara to blend your natural and false lashes together, and also apply mascara to your lower lashes. I'm going to be using Ben Nye's Banana Powder to set my under eye concealer. I prefer to use this powder with a wedge sponge and press it on rather than sweeping it on. This is a very finely milled powder and works great on most skin tones. It leaves the skin with a very slight yellowish glow. Just press it on under the eyes and over any oily areas. If you have sensitive or acne prone skin, the talc and the parabens in this powder might irritate your skin, but because it's so inexpensive, I still recommend giving it a try. Okay, so now I'm going to set the cream contour with this dark powder called Blunt from MAC. Using a small Real Techniques brush, I'm applying this into the hollows of my cheeks, on my temples and forehead, underneath my jawline, and a little on the sides of the nose. Using the same Glamour Doll Eyes eyeshadow, I'm going to highlight above my cupid's bow to make my lips look fuller, then down the bridge of my nose to make it look slimmer, and over my cheekbones to give them a glow. Next, I added a little bit of MAC's Refined Golden Bronzer over my cheeks, forehead, nose, and chin. For the first look, I'm using an e.l.f. blush called Fuchsia Fusion, and I'm applying this over the cheeks with a Real Techniques blush brush. For my lips, I first lined and filled them in using MAC's Subcultured Lip Liner. Then using a lip brush, I applied a hot pink lipstick by MAC called Girl About Town. And then to give my lips an ombre effect for an even fuller pout, I added a light pink MAC lipstick called Up the Amp to the center of the top and bottom lips and blended it out with my fingers. So that completes the first look. You can wear this makeup for a night out, or you can use this for an Indian or Pakistani bridal event. I love the glittery eyes and the pink ombre lips. I always recommend brides to wear 2 different lip colors for their weddings so that they can have different looks in pictures. For the second look, I added NARS Orgasm Blush and an orange lipstick by MAC called Morange or Morange. The orange tones really made my skin glow. I think this is such a fun alternative to the typical nude or red lips. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and follow at BeautyByBinny on Instagram. Thanks for watching Beauty by Binny. Take care. Mwah.